It's okay, Max. You right, buddy? When I saw Max on the schedule today and I saw that he hadn't been eating for quite a while, that makes my heart sink. Especially in a 16, 17-year-old dog. It's a concern.
I got him when he was 6 weeks old. He's part of my family.
You right? So you hear that cough? Can I get Max better? I don't know. Hello, how are you? I'm Dr. Kate.
At the Bondi Vet Hospital, worried owner Lana has brought in 15-year-old Max because he's stopped eating.
You're an old boy, aren't you, buddy? So he hasn't eaten for 2 days.
Yeah, 2.5.
It's okay, Max. You right, buddy? Not very well. Come on, Maxie. Let's go in. Let's take Maxie in.
I got him when he was 6 weeks old. He's part of my family. Hi.
He's lost a lot of weight since we saw him last. Do you think he's lost a lot of weight?
I think it's age. He always ate normal. Only last couple of days he had this problem.
When I saw Max on the schedule today and I saw that he hadn't been eating for quite a while, that makes my heart sink. Especially in a 16, 17-year-old dog, not eating for a couple of days, lost 7 kilos in a year. It's a concern. Maxie, it's blind.
I think he's blind.
Yeah, no, he's blind.
Max, I think it's a continuation of what's happened 2 years ago. His body not so good.
See his breathing like this? Right, see how he's struggling to get air in? You can see his abdomen there that's moving. You right? So you hear that cough? So he's got fluid in his chest. It's like kind of having a wet sponge, and they can't actually fill with oxygen. So what's happening, he would be feeling right now like he would have asthma.
Main thing, do a blood test, full blood test. If something wrong, blood test will show you something wrong.
I think what Lana would like me to say is that we can do all these tests and we can do all of these treatments and that Max is going to get better. And sometimes that is the case. Sometimes that is the case. So there is some point to do a blood test. We can get some clues and we can get some leads about where we actually go to from here. But Max is a very, very elderly dog. 16 to 17 years old is a very old dog. Can I get Max better? I don't know. He's a good boy, isn't he? There you go, buddy. So what I'm going to do is run some in-house bloods. They're going to be back within the next sort of hour or so.
Just help him, please. Musa. Musa.
Devoted owner Lana can't imagine life without her special boy.
I want him to live much longer, because he's a pleasure.
Next, Kate is doing an X-ray to see what's going on with Max's breathing.
With Max's lungs is that there's not much black in here. So all we can see is that there's a whole bunch of fluid that exists in this chest cavity. This all here is lung field, and this is supposed to be black, and it's not. I have a sneaking suspicion that this is actually probably coming from his right side of his heart. In other words, his right side of his heart's possibly collapsed and failing.
If I can help, I help, because I'm against just do a job and next dog. Sorry, that's part of my family.
Lana is now desperately hoping Max's blood results are good.
So what we can see here is we're starting to get into multi-organ dysfunction. We've got high kidney enzymes. In fact, one of his kidney enzymes is so high that it's actually unable to read on this machine. I'm really devastated about these blood results. I can't give Max new kidneys. I can't give Max a new liver. A lot of these problems, I can't make his bone marrow produce more red blood cells. So this may be the end for Max. You right, Maxie? He's just having a little sleep.
Kate now has to gently explain to Lana how much Max's health is deteriorating.
Max is a very, very sick dog. He's 100% suffering. And I'm not entirely sure right now that Lana knows how sick Max is. I'm really sorry. He's not going to come back from this. Honestly, I don't even know that he's going to make it the night. Like, he's just deteriorated today to a point like all he wants to do is sleep. One of the very difficult things about being a vet is to bring up the idea of potentially putting the dog to sleep. It's a very difficult conversation to have. And honestly, I feel as though that the duty that I have is to relieve suffering. And I try and see this in the most positive light as I possibly can see this, is to relieve suffering. And I hope I can do that job well. Poor Max.
Later that day, Max's brave battle ended peacefully with Lana by his side.
Hi, I'm Dr. Danny. If you enjoyed this video, then please remember to subscribe to the Bondi Vet YouTube channel. Click on the screen now to continue watching more great content.